30-second speech. That's all you got.
Call to order the City Council City Council meeting for the City of East Grand Forks, the 20th of December, 2022 is now 5 o'clock. City Clerk, please call the roll.
Mayor Steve Gander.
Here.
Council President Mark Olstead.
Here.
Council Vice President Tim Riepel.
Here.
Council Members Clarence Vetter.
Here.
Dale Helms.
Here.
Tim Johnson. Mark Demers.
Present.
Brian Larson.
Here. Does turn quorum please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have the recognition of Council Members Johnson and Demers. Mr. Gander, Mayor Gander.
Come on out front, Mr. Demers.
No.
Please. Mr. Mayor.
How many years has it been?
I think, I don't even know.
A lot of years.
15 maybe?
We're going to miss you. As I thought about what I might say to thank you for your years of service, one thought that came to mind is you have an uncanny knack for making simple deliberations difficult. And I think what I mean by that is things are not always as they appear. You know, sometimes we're operating on the surface of really some of the facts, and you take that deep dive. You know, it makes extra work, but it really does yield a better result. And for that, we really are in your debt, you know, for the good, careful analysis that you've given to every decision that you've been part of. Your knowledge of St. Paul and how this state government works, your deep knowledge on the federal level. I mean, you bring so much to the table from so many years of serving in so many different ways. And again, that wisdom, that depth of insight, that willingness to really dissent. I mean, sometimes there's a temptation to just let the dominoes start to tip, but sometimes you need someone to put their hand up and say, wait a minute, I think we're maybe missing something. And so I appreciate that. You know, maybe when you've done it, I've looked away and like, here we go again. But every time it brings us to a better result. And so we thank you for that. Oh, yeah. So if you have anything that you'd want to add.
Nothing tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, maybe we'll see you back in about 10 minutes. Real quickly, Tim Johnson wasn't able to be here this evening, and so we're saying goodbye to Tim also on the council. Most of you know, everyone in this room knows, when you watch Tim start to pipe up on an issue, you know he's read that packet. It could be 80 pages. He's read the whole thing, every word, every line, all the way through. Very well prepared for meetings. We also know that Councilmember Johnson came through a personal challenge in the last year and a half or so. And I'm just going to go on record one more time and say I am so proud of him for the way that he has come through that, and really a solid person, good husband, good member of our community. I look forward to good things from Tim. So if you're watching, I'd love to see you back in some capacity. We have lots of boards, commissions, lots of ways to serve, and you also will be missed. Tim, I think of common sense with Tim. You know, he'd come in and, you know, if it didn't pass the smell test, he'd oppose it, and he wasn't afraid to do that. And I think that's also a key component to good decisions, is just bringing in that good common sense. So, Tim, wherever you are, thanks for your service. Thanks.
Thank you, Mayor. What I'd like to do now, before I go to the open forum, if Chief Hedlund doesn't mind, they had their awards last night, and we didn't have an opportunity to attend due to either work or other engagements that we had. But I'd like to go through them. I got them all right here, so I'd like to read them off. So you have to bear with me. It won't take too long. But first, what they did was that use of service would be 5 years. It would be Officer John Garbansky. Expert Marksman Award that they award. So I'm going to read off their names. Sergeant Chris Olson, Sergeant Iso Shraga, Sergeant Jared Quanrud, Corporal Nick Anderson, Officer Tyler Hychek, Officer Cole Hodney, Officer Jake Schiller, Sergeant Dennis Robertson, Sergeant Greg Galen, Corporal Alex Schilke, Corporal Justin Rue, Officer John Gabransky, and Officer Parker Knack. Move on, they had a Master Marksmanship Award, was Corporal Ryan Douglas and Officer Nick Corinta. Move on, they had some certificates and awards. They also gave out advanced certifications. Corporal Justin Rue was for the bowler wrap. And maybe if you want to come explain some of these too, that'd be great. Corporal Ryan Douglas, less lethal impact munitions. Officer Nick Corinta, ASP baton and handcuffing. OC spray and chemical munitions. Officer Parker Knack, which would be the bowler wrap. So maybe if Chief Hanlon can maybe explain the certifications, that'd be great.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. The Advanced Certification Award is given to officers that basically take on additional responsibility. They go to additional training that prepares them to be an instructor for our departments. Then we're able to do in-house training on those things. It's usually for the use of force tools, and more often than not, that's like 90% of our in-house training. So that's what those are for. It's basically just officers going above and beyond and taking on that additional responsibility.
Great. Thank you, sir. Move on. There's a couple of awards they did also give out. They have a Citizen Appreciation Award, which is for Josh Cross to EGF Public Works Department. On April 13th, 2022, the EGF PD was contacted by All-True Ambulance Service as it needed to drive through a blizzard to get to Three River Falls to bring a NICU team to deal with a newborn that was not doing very well. Due to the poor road conditions, an ambulance crew was not sure if they would make it to Three River Falls. State plows were not available to assist at the time. EGF FPD staff contacted Public Works to see if anyone was available to assist with the ambulance crew. Josh, a supervisor with East Grand Forks Public Works Department, volunteered to plow a path to Thief River Falls. Josh subsequently plowed a path for the ambulance and reported that at times they were only able to do 20 miles an hour due to the heaviness of the snow and the size of the drifts. So congratulations to Josh being recognized for that, stepping up. Move on to Departmental Service Award. Alyssa Hammond, Code 3 for Christmas. In 2022, Alyssa took a challenge of coordinating the Code 3 for Christmas toy drive and distribution. Well, this program relies on the work of a number of people. If it wasn't for efforts of Alyssa, there was no way it would have been as successful as it was. On Saturday, December 10th, 2022, people volunteering with the program gave out to over 100 families with 330 kids receiving gifts through the program, which is another great cause. Thank you. They did a life-saving award also. There's going to be two of them here I'll read off. Corporal Nick Gunderson, Corporal Alex Schilke, and Officer Tyler Hychek. On July 6, 2022, Corporal Nick Gunderson responded to a medical assist regarding a 24-year-old male who was having a seizure and was not breathing. Corporal Gunderson began CPR and attached his AED. The AED was subsequently advised that a shock was advised. Corporal Alex Schilke, Officer Hychek, and EGF Fire Department staff arrived and took over CPR. The subject was subsequently shocked 3 additional times. EGF Fire also administered Narcan on the subject. All-True ambulance staff arrived and advised that they had a normal heart rhythm on the subject. Corporal Schilke drove the ambulance as staff All-True continued to work on the subject. The next one is Corporal Alex Schilke and Corporal Justin Rue. On August 24th, 2022, Corporal Alex Schilke was waiting outside of Mendenhall Presbyterian Church to assist the funeral escort when he became aware of a medical assist call at the location regarding a suspect who was not breathing. Corporal Schilke responded to the lobby of the church where he discovered the male subject on the floor with people gathered around him attempting to attach an AED to the subject. Corporal Schilke checked the subject's vital signs and began CPR. The AED instructed that it did not have good contact, so Corporal Schilke re-secured the pads and then started CPR. The AED subsequently advised that the shock was advised, and Corporal Schilke administered the shock. Corporal Justin Rue and Assistant Fire Chief Paul Hansen arrived upon the scene and began to assist as the subject began to become more responsive and began to breathe on his own. Hansen and Rue assisted with rescue breathing with the subject. The officer assisted in getting the All-True ambulance cot ready for the subject. During this, subject again became unresponsive, and All-True staff had to administer a second shock. The subject again regained consciousness and was subsequently transported. So I'm going to congratulate the awards that they were given yesterday. Want to make sure they're being recognized at a public meeting, and that we got to see how outstanding our officers are in fire department and staff of EGF do every day and what they provide for this community. So I'd like to give them a round of applause also. So. Move on to the open forum, an opportunity for members of the public to address City Council on items not on the current agenda, items requiring council action, maybe staff, boards, and commissions for research and future council's appropriate today. Move on to approval of minutes. Consider approving the minutes of the council meeting for East Grand Forks City Council of December 6, 2022.
Move.
Moved by Riepel.
Second.
Second by Helms. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Riepel,
Yes.
Olsted,
Yes.
Demers,
Yes.
Larson,
Yes.
Vetter,
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Motion is carried. Move on to scheduled bid lightings. There is none. Scheduled public hearings. There is none. Move on to the consent agenda. Items under the consent agenda will be adopted with one motion. However, council members may request individual items to be pulled from the consent agenda for discussion if they choose. And we want 2 through 4 pulled. Move 2 through 4. Mr. Helms? Is there a second? Second by Riepel. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Riepel,
Yes.
Olsted,
Yes.
Demers,
Yes.
Larson,
Yes.
Vetter,
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Motion is carried. Acknowledge or receipt of reports of officer boards and commissions. Regular meeting minutes of Water, Light, Power, and Building Commission from November 16th, 2022. Communication, there's none. Old business, there's none. Move on to new business. Consider adopting Resolution 22-12-90, approving the 2023 budget and to authorize specific financial-related activities. Is there a motion?
Move.
Moved by Riepel.
Second.
Second by Larson. Questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Riepel,
Yes.
Olsted,
Yes.
Demers,
Yes.
Larson,
Yes.
Vetter,
Yes.
Helms.
No.
Motion is carried. Claims. Consider authorizing the city administrator clerk to issue payment of recommended bills and the payroll.
Move.
Moved by Larson, second by Riepel. Any questions or discussion? Roll call, please.
Riepel,
Yes.
Olsted,
Yes.
Demers,
Yes.
Larson,
Yes.
Vetter,
Yes.
Helms.
Yes.
Motion is carried. Mayor Gander.
You know, we're saying goodbye to 2 council members, and we're saying hello to 2 more. Same way that someday to have someone new in this chair will be a good thing. Fresh perspective, new ideas, a different way of looking at things. Hopefully not anytime too soon, but it's a good thing to mix it up. And we're really looking forward to working with Karen and Ben in the coming year. And so it'll be pretty exciting. I know they'll bring, again, a lot of ideas that we maybe haven't thought of, and so that'll be great. And all I guess that I would also say is Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Get together as family and enjoy some good times, make some good memories. Thanks.
Mr. Vetter.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd just like to extend a thank you to all of our staff for their services the past year, and to wish our staff and our citizens a happy holiday season, too. Thank you.
Mr. Helms.
Nothing, thanks.
Mr. Riepel.
Just one thing, Chief, if we can get that notice next time a little bit sooner. I checked my emails in early morning and late afternoon, and I was a little too late to get there.
My apologies. I intended to make the announcement at the work session last week.
Thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Just an extra thank you to all the Public Works employees who have been working their tails off to clear all this snow. I think East Grand Forks looks great, and we appreciate all the extra hard work. So thank you.
Extend Merry Christmas to the staff and the citizens. Hopefully everybody has a time to meet with family. Next year we'll get together and have some new faces up here, new ideas, new opinions, new ways of doing things. I want to thank Mr. Demers for his time on council, Mr. Johnson time. But after that, I think we have a little break next week, no meeting. So next meeting will be, what, January 3rd? So, Mr. Murphy.
Thank you. I just, again, want to also thank council members Demers and Johnson for their time on the council. Over my career, I've worked with quite a few different council members, and I've thoroughly enjoyed my time with both of you. So I'm very appreciative of it. So I think you guys did a great job, and want to say thank you again. That's all I have.
Mr. Galsted, sir.
Just Merry Christmas, and thank you very much, Mark. Much appreciated.
Try not to be a pain in the ass too much.
You're going to be emailing us now, I suppose.
Yeah. Letters to the editor.
Mr. Henry.
Just like to say Merry Christmas to the entire council, all city staff, Happy New Year. And again, yeah, congratulations to Mr. Johnson and Mr. Demers. It's been an honor working with you, so thank you.
Thanks.
Anything from departments? I see none. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Moved by Demers.
Second.
Second by Vetter. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion is carried. Meeting is adjourned.
Johnson. Yeah, they're gonna.